We are here on Real Estate in the Lowcountry, and the Reed team has joined me. Today it is Judd Tracy and Carri Fuge. And of course, Carri, you look fabulous, and you have fantastic taste in jewelry, clearly, and color scheme and everything.
I know.
How did we do that? Anyway, it's good to see both of you. Thanks for being here.
Us.
So let's talk a little bit about the market. You know, you usually like to give us a little bit of market update. And so what's happening here at the beginning of August?
Well, since we saw you last time, it's obviously changed a whole lot.
Right.
We were looking at numbers last week, and we're back to the pre-COVID numbers. And I'm kind of shooting loosely, but maybe 350 sales a month prior to COVID for the Beaufort, Bluffton, not Beaufort, Bluffton, Hilton, Head, Okeechobee. And then I kind of jumped up to almost to 600-ish that during, over COVID and this year.
Right.
We're back down to where it was before that.
Okay.
So it's a little bit different. It's still a seller's market, and I think. But you don't have the frenzy that you had where you had 15 offers and paying cash and no inspection and, all the things that were a little bit crazy and unprecedented.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
We're back down to kind of where it's normal, and you can kind of, give your clients better advice to be a little bit more cautious about not overpaying.
Right. And let's talk a little bit about inventory. Are we still really low, or is that kind of creeping back up a little bit as well?
It's... Recently I've had clients, and I feel like there's a good bit of inventory, and I might let Judd, because I haven't noticed a lack of inventory, but I feel like it's there.
It's creeping up in different areas. Sea pines, for instance, inventory has almost quadrupled in the past 6 months.
Well, that's interesting.
But other areas like Hilton Head Plantation, Wexford, Long Cove, still very low inventory.
Interesting.
It has been surprising to see that sea pines of all places has gone up dramatically.
Well, and what do you attribute to that to? Do you think that's people
I think
thinking
people are
okay,
trying to catch the market still.
Yeah.
And we've seen, what's going to drive this is the months of inventory available out there. So right now we're still at about 60 days worth of inventory. We need that to push up to about 6 months to get to a more normal market for us.
So still a ways to go on the inventory side. And let's talk a little bit about interest rates and how you're seeing that affect things at the moment.
Yeah, so there's two sides to it. So Hilton Head is a different beast. It's a resort rental area, whereas Bluffton is more single family primary homes. So we're seeing people affected. First time home buyers are the most affected. They just don't have the money to put down, and now their buying power is shrinking because the rates are going higher. Whereas Hilton Head, we've seen so much cash infused in the island the past year and a half. People that want to be here are going to be here regardless of interest rate.
Yeah.
If you can afford a second home, the rate is what it is. I mean, historically, they're still very low.
Yeah. And let's touch, I know you have a listing that you want to get to, but just for 1 second, let's touch back on the first-time home buyer. What kind of advice are you giving those people? Because it's kind of...
Well, it's tough because even renting right now is more expensive than owning.
Right.
I just had one couple bought their first home, and it's unfathomable to me that people are buying their first home for $400,000.
Right.
I mean, when I was 20 years old, I couldn't afford a $400,000 home.
You and me both.
So, what they're doing, they were doing a FHA style loan, which is 3.5% down. So they're not as burdened as putting money down on that stuff.
Payment.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's different lenders that have different avenues for people that they can get creative with.
Okay. So there's still some hope, but we only got a minute left on it.
Okay.
Make sure we get to your listing. Let's talk about it.
Sure. It's a great little villa with the ocean view down at Seaside Villas, South Forest Beach. It's 520 square feet, so it's not hard to clean. Does great in rentals. They do about 25 to 30 a year.
Okay.
Complex is, like I said, it's oceanfront. They have 2 pools. It's a great little villa for, a small family or a couple.
Well, and you're not going to very often find that price point with an ocean view. So
correct.
That's pretty exciting.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if somebody would like to see it, how do they get to you? And obviously if they want to list or any of your other things that you guys do, how do they get to you guys?
They can go to our website, www.explorehhi.com.
Easy for you to say.
Exactly.
explorehhi.com.
Yes.
So good to see you guys as always. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.